This is my title. It might sound a little ambitious or confusing, but it's like like from my perspective, my experience, the last 4 weeks. That's why I this title is coming. So bear with me. So it's my experience, my truth. Anyhow, I'm going to start with talk a little bit about facts in 5 minutes or something, like definitions, just so bear with me. I'm gonna get some, so we know what we're talking about, generally speaking. So this Cheonshim 1, it's a lot of things. It's at least 4 things. It's a building in Korea. It's also an organization or a department within the Heavenly Parents Holy Community. And it's also like an event when you put vigil afterwards, Cheonshim 1 vigil. And it's also like it multiplied. So in a sense, the candles here and the pictures are Cheonshim 1. So it's a little bit confusing sometimes. And the original building, as most of you know, is located. The building that we saw is located to the left there in Korea. And this place is now called HJ Heaven and Earth Cheonbo Training Center. It used to be called Cheonpyeon Training Center or similar. So it's like the same. And also, to confuse it a little bit more, Cheonshim 1 used to be called something else. So for non-Korean speaking, there's, like me, it's very kind of a lot of different Shim or 1 or stuff like that. I don't want to make, sound irreverent, but it is a lot of different ones. So now we have at least these. We know these now. So if we use the old name, Cheonpyeon Providence, which is like most of the years here, it's been in 3 major steps or levels. And the first one was, as you see, ended in 95. It was in August 23rd. I remember it like yesterday. I was there. With 2 days later, I was blessed wonderfully. So that was at the end of a first stage. The second stage ended in October 2014, and it really got into full action in 2015 at the 3rd anniversary of True Father Sangmyeong's Sunwa, eller funeral anniversary. That's the 3rd stage we're in now. So let's talk a little bit about what the Cheonshim 1 and how it has been progressed. In May, as you can see, in May 2020, True Mother, Mrs. Hak Jahan Moon, mentioned that, or said, proclaimed, or whatever, in a speech, that the spiritual headquarters for Heavenly Parents Holy Community is the Cheonshim 1. And so then it refers to maybe the building, but more, I think, the organization or the department, whatever. And now, recently, it's been like, she used a different word, something like the eternal, spiritual headquarters, something. So it's on the level with like the international headquarters. So it has to do with, obviously, about spirit world. And many of you might have experienced spirit world. Some can see it. Others have just studied. If you study divine principle, you know it in theory at least that there is. But anyhow, the spirit world exists, and some experience it very clearly. So this thing, Cheonshim 1, deals with the spirit world. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. But also, True Mother said, the problem with the spirit world is that for 6,000 years, or all, that's biblical years. So in a long time, it's been like bad stuff going on. So it's like we deal with a lot of bad stuff in the spirit world as well as on the earth. A lot of problems going on right now. Some people say it's like the last days or Armageddon or whatever. It's like amazingly a lot of strange stuff going on. So, so we might be affected of this. That is the conclusion. The spirit world, if it's close to us, then we might get affected. So that's the whole thing. But through, I can look there. That's right. But through the work of Cheonshim, it's, as you know, it's been like become better and closer to God, basically. So through ancestors and stuff like that. So in 2020, True Mother introduced a new concept, prayer vigils, in this Chombo building. It was then, and actually it was called another word. So Ji-song, Mr. Reverend Ji-song Lee, he's the boss over the Cheonshim 1 Providence. So Mother called him, come up, Ji-song. I'm sure they're on a first name basis, and he said like, give a very strong way in order to command and mobilize the spirit world. I have to find my note here. Yeah. So she read like this: when people visit Cheonshim 1, receive heavenly grace and heavenly blessing, and bring liberation to all the people of the world, as well can bring liberation to all the people of the world, as well as the spirit world. And this format of the prayer vigils, it's been like, it started out very crude, but it was always from 10 o'clock in the evening to 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was like pretty tough stuff. So in the beginning there were mostly prayers and stuff, but it's been developed, so now it's very structured, like entertainment, always testimonies and speeches and prayer in a very special way. The prayer is the kind of the little bit unusual way, which is difficult for some people, all of us. The first time maybe because it's kind of loud. It's meant to just break through. And the first time I heard about it, I think it was Felix that he said he was in Korea and somebody asked, first they asked, volunteer for prayer, and Felix, and when he came up there, he said, I hope you've done, or have you done shouting prayer before? So I'm just like, I could feel Felix feeling, but he was like, so, but no worries, there was only like 1,500 people there, right? So anyhow, that was the first time, and I'm just like, wow, I was lucky it wasn't me. It was like, but I've changed my mind now a little bit. But I will get to that. So it has developed a lot through the times, and you can see after 300 nights in a row, I think basically in a row, but anyhow, after 300 night vigils, then it was able to go on export. So then we received here through the continents. So and the word is that it has incredible power. This, to pray in this, because this is also Cheonshim 1. So and after 500, then it was created a building, Cheonshim 1 in America, and Mother said then, like, this is the best gift I can give to you, she said to the American public. This can open the path to solve all problems. I think sometimes true father and true mother is using pedagogic exaggerations, maybe a little bit, but I think it's directionally true. That's a term I learned from former President Trump. It's directionally true, which is like, well, I mean, all prayer, but I mean, anyhow, Mother usually is kind of, she chooses her words quite delicately. That's what we have your Brits for. Thank you. yeah, yeah. And she said, yeah, this can open the path to solve all problems. So anyhow, that's kind of indicate that it is something. So this is, yeah. So I just want to set the stage for this Cheonshim 1, so we know what it is, basically, a little bit anyhow. But now I want to come into my, actually, the reason I have this title is my last 4 weeks have been like a little bit unusual for me. And actually started with, or leading up to our own Nordic seminar, Principles of Peace, which was the 7th October, and it was really a success. Thanks mostly, I would say, to our great leadership team, core team, and national leader, and vice national leader, and everybody. Really good teamwork, worked out nicely. We had 21 guests. And also good support from Norway. Steinar came with a wonderful Muslim brother that had listened to the same workshop once before and wanted to come and listen the second time. And Steinar also participated, helped us explain the UPF with short notice and stuff like that. Just really good support. Also from Finland came Keijo, and he is the UPF, Universal Peace Federation leader of Finland. He brought a wonderful guest, VIP guest representing Tanzania. And from Denmark, Lars came with his wife, Kaorle Italic. No, Denmark. Kaori. I tried there is a place in Italy called Kaorle. Kaorle. So I'm trying to. Laura, Kaorle? Kaorle. So, men Kaori, just det, Kaori-san. So anyhow, this is Lars. I'm a fan of Lars. So anyhow, he 3 or 4 weeks before the Stockholm workshop, he led this Wednesday prayer. I don't know if you remember or so. Every Wednesday, European and Middle East region has a prayer and like a meeting with some speech. And there's 71 countries in our region. So basically everybody participates. And he shared that, so it takes turn, right? Each region takes turn, or it's not called region. It doesn't matter. Area takes turn. And so Lars represented the northern region. And he was sharing a lot about how he has been attending this Cheonshim 1 prayer vigil since July. And because there is a link, you can actually participate both from Korea and also the European branch of this. They also had some night, like their own at night then. So he'd been attending this every day, not 3 hours every time, but he said made like 5 minutes or whatever. Sometimes when he's in Korea, it starts at 3 or 2 now in the afternoon. So he's at work, but you sneak away 5 minutes, or look like you have a phone call or something like that. As we do when we have Zoom meetings at work, right? You look like you try to look like you're working. So that's like we're pretty good at that. So he was talking how much he's changed because of that, and I could feel it somehow. He was much more based. He was all together. Even his haircut looked better. Before he was a little bit checking, but it was a little bit too much hair. So I told him here in Stockholm also, even your haircut got better. So I could feel that, and some of he really can see spirit world stuff sometimes. So there was something going on there. And when he was here, then and the 7th of October in our event, I talked to him and asked him about it and said I could really feel. And then he shared, next weekend we're going to have a workshop about this in Copenhagen. And going to explain. And he also shared that this is a new stage of Champion Providence, or Chombo Training Center Providence. It's like, they're talking now, been working, as you know, a lot with ancestors for a long time. Now it's more something called central evil spirits. I've seen that on this forum a lot, and I even asked about it, and don't think I got a real clear answer what it is. But apparently it is something that can be focused on now, and it will change, more focus on ourselves, to get rid of that. So there's kind of this workshop, Impyo Moon, which is, you see here, he is the chief for European branch. So he was going to explain about this. So it's a one-day workshop. So I'm thinking, I want to go down there, but then no, that's too crazy. I can't go now. We just finished an event here, and nice to relax a little bit. But then I had this serious dream. Sometimes it's boring to hear about people's dreams, but I have to kind of share it. I have to share it a little bit because it meant something to me, really. I met this guy that I definitely saw was a bad dude, and he was like poking me all over, like this, and I was like doing my karate moves. But even though I knew he was bad, he kind of got under my skin and made me be upset with other people, even cussing some people out and like really behaving badly, even though I know this guy was the one that's provoking me. So I woke up feeling so bad, really. I could smell my own badness, So for me it was a sign, I have to go. I have to learn about this, because I connected it somehow in my. So I went down there to Denmark in the last minute, actually, Thursday something. But I knew they have a really nice headquarters. You can kind of come and you can stay in the basement. So it's not too complicated, and it's close to the airport and blah, blah, blah. And it was a really small event down there, actually, because it was short notice. And a lot of people were sick, happened then, and they were working. And so it was like quite a small crowd. So when I came the night before and realized that there was Lars by himself, so then they asked me, can you be the MC? I kind of wanted to just come down and check it out, to be cool. So, but what can you say? But it was a great opportunity because it was a small crowd and you can kind of get into it without too much embarrassment. And they were happy. They were very, very grateful that I was there, and could help them. And we had a great time because it was such a small crowd. And Lars' wife is a guide in Denmark and professional certified. So Lars could do it was dark actually, but good camera, I guess. But it was kind of darkish. And we did all of Copenhagen in 45 minutes. We did Nyhamn, then also Havsjungfrun, Slottet. It was cold, so you just stop the car, jump out, and sprang back in. So it was amazing. Lars has very, very... And actually Lars, because of his wife, when father was there, he shared that he was guiding. They took the boat at that time and sat next to father and guiding. And also mother wanted to see the what is that word? Regalier. The royal... No, it's called something else, something strange. The crown and...
The staff?
Yeah, kind of, but it's not called staff. And scepter, that's it. Scepter. So she was a little bit interesting. So Lars shared everything about the Danish royal family that has been one lineage in 1,000 years, by the way. So Sweden, we have changed a lot of times. But Denmark, they've been going. So anyhow, I didn't. There wasn't planned there, but Lars anyhow, good guide. So anyhow, I felt there was a great feeling there. So and I heard about this seminar in Bergamo 2 weeks later, two-day thing where they were going to do the whole program. So, wow, that would be something. I want to go there. But the problem is that I plan to go to Finland next week because I got an inspiration right before I went to Denmark. it was like a good cooperation with Finland. They came here. I want to go there somehow. So I bought some airlines, pretty good price airline tickets right before I went to Denmark. And we're going to have fika that weekend. So I called Margareta, sorry, the spirit is moving. So we moved the fika. And then when I heard about this Bergamo thing, it's like, wow. First of all, I can't move the fika one more time. I mean, that's just impossible. I even said to Impure Moon, like, I have and as I said it, it's like, this sounds so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I can't come to Bergamo. I have the fika, you know. Because I was thinking, I cannot move it a second time. I mean, this is not. So when I came back, I was thinking, I can't go 3 weekends in a row. This is just so not good, you know, or whatever. So I was thinking maybe I cancel Finland. I just, you know, because Bergamo anyhow, it feels like. But anyhow, then I had this dream again. Same thing. This guy came back poking, you know, and making me upset. And I woke up in a really bad mood. So it's okay, I have to. And then Judith really supported the trip to Bergamo. She wanted to come. So I think I worked 2 days on the SMS to Margareta to explain, try to, you know, how should I move the fika again? I'm really sorry. This is not, I don't know what's happening. But thanks to we have the best team. So don't break that team up, please. We like each other, and we need each other. So, and the seminar, okay, let me say a little bit about Finland. Finland, actually, the reason, we had some thoughts about why do they have a UPF event 2 weeks after, but actually, it was because it was in 6 months planned a 7-day workshop for martial art, Tongil Modo. And the world's Grand Masters, which his name is Takamitsu Hoshiko. He's the Grand Master of. So he's there. We're there for a whole week. So Hannah's we're going to come for the graduation there. So, and as they explain, like in Finland, we never get any visitors. No, but you know, like Sweden, we're a little bit in the outskirts. So when they have a chance, they want to take it. So we understand that. So actually that meant that Keijo was kind of, he had help, of course, but the national leader Joseph was at the workshop because he's a black belt, and a lot of other people were at the workshop, which is like outside in the woods, an hour drive basically. So Keijo, you know, I felt I came in, I could really help, because so in that sense it was a little bit like Denmark. You just like, and when you feel used, or I mean not feel used, wrong word, useful. That's right. When you feel useful, you feel so much love, right? So it was wonderful. We were there writing our name tags in like 5 minutes before and stuff, you know, setting up the reception. And since we've done it 2 weeks before, I was like kind of into it, right? And then, because it was absolutely last minute in Finland, I didn't want to be like, when I called Keijo and said, I want to come, I didn't want to, you know, stress him out to get some room. So I rented a small hotel, like one of those that you never see a person, everything is digital. And also a small car to that rented, so I can be, you know, I don't have to bother them, basically. And also then I could go and see Sean, which was wonderful. We picked him up when we went to Sunday service, which was really nice. So anyhow, but then I could drive to this graduation for the Tongil Modo and help there. Took Keijo's wife there, and then after they had a kitchen staff, I think, of 3 or 4 people. So so I could be helpful there also. Anyhow, so then it was good. And then the Sunday. What's his name? Matthew Hughes gave the Sunday service, which was nice. So anyhow, that was us. Bergamo. I'm closing out here soon. No, maybe not. I hate when people say that and then it's 15 more minutes. So I'm taking that back. I'm not closing out. I'm going to keep going. So in Italy, though, wonderful. It's in Bergamo or Parabenno, 700 meters up in the mountains. So you take the car up and serious serpentine road? No, I don't think. What do you call this? Dangerous roads. But it was a lot of fun. We rented a car there to a little stick shift, and the Italians are just pushing it hard. So you just you don't want to hold up. So it was a lot of fun. We drive up and down, up and down. And if you ever see Tour de France or Giro d'Italia, it is the real stuff. You just go like this, and it's very wonderful. Up in the mountains, and it's the Alps actually. I didn't know the Alps are that close to Milano. Anyhow, but it's the same day. We were the only ones outside Italy, basically. So we received so much love, and it was so great. And then I could experience this kind of prayer once again from Denmark, and it gets a little bit easier every time. And so now I'm just longing for the next time. Anyhow, so that's so I had a really good experience down there, and I clearly could feel the spirit world in a very positive way for me. So in the 9th of May 2023, Mother said, "We must strengthen the Cheonshim 1 prayer session. You must live a life of heaven while experiencing the spirit world, truth, and on your own, through prayer and sincere devotion. Love is more important than anything else." And so that is like what I experienced in all these places. Finland, Denmark, Stockholm also, of course. Especially with the cooperation with our leadership here. But also when I travel to Denmark, all these countries, it's so nice to come from Sweden because they've heard about this great next generation leadership group. So, you feel so proud. Oh yeah, we have it all together. We feel so much hope. We love it. And and they are so jealous, some of them. No, but it's so nice. It's so nice. But in Italy, they also have a nice, Gukson Capone. So he was having a central role there, together with Rören Kali. But anyhow, this is a nice thing now when you travel around in the family that you're representing Sweden. Our leadership before was great, no doubt, right? You know that, so that's nothing. But there is the youth is where it's happening anyhow. Till syvende och sist, translate that one. So this is the inspiration. In the title, it was Nordic Unity. So my feeling is we should be basically one country, different regions. We're Swedes, but here's 28 million people live here, and you see Iceland like this because geographically they get right in the center there. Now they're way out there, but now they're geographically in the center, but population-wise, still there. So I like this idea. We need each other. We've been talking about this before, so it's nothing new, but I really experienced it firsthand. We need each other. We can help each other, and we receive so much help from all these countries in these. This was the third, as you can see, the third workshop for Principle of Peace. So that maybe there's something to do with that. 1, 2, 3. Oslo, Copenhagen, Sweden. So now we're getting there. Summarizing. No more pictures. So my feeling is that the great works, that is for me. I realized something anyhow. I had an experience of that. It is a powerful thing, and I think it can break down certain barriers for myself. It's not for everybody, maybe, especially this prayer, but sometimes I don't feel exactly, close to Heavenly Parent. But I think this is breaking down some kind of stuff. I don't know exactly how it works, but it worked for me, and it's keep on going. It's going now, both this central evil thing, and also now Reverend Im Pyo Moon is in Korea, Great Works. That was this, as Felix mentioned, and then when he comes back, there's 2 events in Russia. Might be a little bit difficult to go to, but then in the middle of December there's all the Baltic countries, and then somewhere there before Christmas it's Finland is planning a 2 days. So I'm having a dialogue with Joseph. So there's a 2-day event. So I would definitely like to go. But anyhow, and then maybe I talked to Reverend Im Pyo Moon about Sweden, and maybe January, February, maybe. But this stuff is kind of loud, so can't be here, I think, unless we buy the whole thing. We need to buy something. Yeah. So anyhow, need to find a venue and stuff. That was the Hele. So thank you for listening.